Awesome, awesome, awesome. Listen, before we get into it, I just wanted to take some time out to go over my Millionaire Marathon accounts with you all. And I hope you all are participating, either participating in the Millionaire Marathon, meaning um, open a special account that you're trying to grow at the 2%, kind of like the thing Maddie's doing. I think it's real interesting for us to do that just to see, what kind of gains we can make. And also, if you're just growing your own account, the account that you already have, it makes you focus more. It makes you, more intent on making those compounded gains over the course of time. And I just wanted to share my accounts with you as we do every Monday, and I do periodically, just so we can see that this is a reality, folks. I mean, we can really make money doing this. We can really gain profit doing this. The profit we gain will be at different levels, that's for sure. Some of us will hit higher percentages than others, but if we just take our time and use our compounding, we could definitely make money with this. So I'm just going to share the two accounts that I'm running for the Millionaire Marathon. And I have my IQ Sin account. And at current, this count is at 1,394. And my net balance is 395. And my binary Sin account is at 1388.77. And my net balance account is 778. Now, you all know that I strongly advise for you to track all your progress, all your trades, all your daily profits. So this is kind of the spreadsheet I use to do mine, and I track every single trade that I do. But I track my daily profit or loss, and I track my net balance and also my total balance. So in my IQ Sin account, as I told you before, I inherited that account from someone who didn't want it anymore. So I bought that account for $191. You can see here, I have the green row outlined as my money. The total balance isn't my money because that's bonus money. So the $191 is my money. And in the course of 13 days of trading, and these are my results from every single day that I traded, I've increased that to $412. I have doubled my money in 13 days. I can't go to a bank to get that. I can't get it out of my mutual fund. I can't get it from my 401k. I can't get it from a savings account. I've actually doubled my money. And you all follow this account. I share it all the time. I doubled my money in 13 days. I've turned about $200 into $400. So we're going to continue on that journey. And in my IQ, that was my binary account. Now, that was my IQ Sin account. In my binary account, I inherited this account too. I bought it from someone and they had $177 balance. I began trading on this account on March 15th. I have turned that $177, and I actually didn't give the full price on this account. The person just wanted out. So I think I gave him $100. I bought this account for $100. And I've turned that $177 into $774. Now, you notice this is the only row I really care about because this is my money, not the total balance. This is mine. I have bonus money in this account. But I've over tripled my money in 28 days. 28 days, because of the power of compounding, I've turned $177 into $774. Now, you're saying, Worldwide, why don't you show your large accounts? Because they're all shut down. Broker has shut me down on every single one of my accounts. And this account that you're looking at here now, that I've earned 336% in 28 days, they have taken rollover from that account today, starting today. And I didn't notice it until I was in the middle of a $50 trade, which is a big percentage for this account. And I hit rollover in the end, the end time didn't move 10 seconds. And I was like, oh my God, they changed up in the middle of the trade. So I can't roll over in this account anymore. But I just want you to see the progress. And that's why I was a little late. I was talking with Brandon Boyd about, the way the brokers are treating me. I have 5 accounts and 4 of them are shut down. I only have 1 account I can trade out of that has the rollover feature. So I'm glad I'm scaring the brokers, but I'm unhappy that I'm really able to trade, not really able to trade the way I want to. All my large accounts I haven't traded out of in at least a week. So let's get into it. Let's get into it so we can all become better traders. First thing we have to try to figure out is, what does it take to be a good trader, right? So we all thank the IM Academy, and we thank Maddie for Cash Trap, right? Cash Trap is great, man. It works really good in identifying trade entries and indicators, giving you a put sign so you can press the button and helping you, right? But Cash Trap gives at least 15 trade ideas every 5 minutes. And those are just ideas that Cash Trap just automatically spits out. So we can't take all those trade ideas. We have to try to figure out which trade ideas are good, which trade ideas give us the best probability of winning, okay? Now, how do we figure that out? Oh, we can go over that, and we will. We're going to go over that, but we're going to go over it formally. But I want to talk to you now about how to look at trade ideas and how to vision going into trades. Okay? When you go into a trade, you're going into a risky probability. Now, this is interactive, so you all can chime in at any time you want and ask the question. This is not me giving a speech. I welcome your feedback. I welcome you chiming in, hey, worldwide, question about what you're talking about. So I welcome that. So anytime you want to ask the question, please do. So when you get ready to go into a trade, it's a risky proposition, meaning you don't know the outcome. I can tell you, hey, put in a put because I think it's going to go down, or put in a call because I think it's going to go up. I don't know that for sure. There's risk involved, right? So now, you knowing that there's risk involved, how do you mentally approach a trade? There is no analysis that could take gambling out of this. They don't like us to call this gambling, and it is a higher form of mathematical analytic gambling, but it's still, we don't know the outcome. When we go into the trade, we don't know if it's going to hit, or else we'll put up our whole account if we knew, right? We don't know. There's no analysis that can take all the risk out of trading. That's an actual fact. Now, when you get ready to trade, your brain enters into a mode. And you got 2 modes your brain can enter in, basically. You can do discretionary trading, which is you take whatever trade you feel like. Cash Trap spits out 15 trades. You look at them, NZD, USD. Oh, that looks pretty good. Boom. Or you say, like USD, JPY. It says put arrow, boom. Or you'll say, hey, I feel this price is good. I'll take a call. That's discretionary trading. Discretionary trading, you can go in anytime you feel like it. Then you have mechanical or mathematical trading. That's being in a mathematical mode. In a mathematical mode, you can only take a trade when certain indicators line up. So this is how your brain works. If your brain is in discretionary mode, then you're trading with your feelings. I feel this is going to happen. I feel that's going to happen. I feel maybe this other thing can happen. Okay? That's emotional trading. in emotional trading always has a personal agenda involved. In personal trading, personal, discretionary, emotional trading always has a large amount of fear attached to it. And that's what we want to talk about. Discretionary, emotional, personal trading always has a large amount of fear attached to it. I want you to realize there is no reason the market has to move in the direction that you want it to move in. It's no reason. So when an educator says, oh yeah, the price is gonna go down. Nope, don't have to go down. It doesn't have to go down. It can go any way. You can't prove that it has to go down. You can only say that through my analysis, I think it's going to go down, or you can only say through my discretionary feelings, I think it's going to go down. You never know what's going to happen. But if you knew exactly what was going to happen, there'd be no risk involved in this. We can just put up our whole account on every trade and be millionaires tomorrow. If we can remove all the risk, but you can't. It's impossible to remove all the risk. So why don't you just accept the fact that you never know what's going to happen? Just accept it. That's how I trade. I know I'm going to lose some trades. Man, I call trades sometimes in group sessions and it goes the other way and I hear you all go, oh, like what's wrong? If you signed up to this session or any session or followed any educator or traded on your own and you think you're going to win every trade, then it's the wrong business for you. If you're adverse to risk, meaning you don't like risk, then you shouldn't do this. Because let me tell you what happens to you. Once you get in a trade and it doesn't go your way, you get filled with fear. Two types of fear mainly come up. It's many different types, and it can even extend from your childhood. This is psychology. Trading is more psychological than data-driven. Trading is 70% psychological. You have to have the mentality for this. So when a trade doesn't go your way, you know why you go, oh, know why you never yell out, red bubbles, red bubbles, red bubbles. Know why you never yell that out? Because you fear losing. You fear loss. Why do you fear loss so much? Well, sometimes it could be because you're trading money that you really can't lose. Sometimes it could be, and most of the time it is, you just don't want to be wrong. Who wants to be wrong? Who loves it? You're in the middle, calling a trade, everyone's listening to you, and you're wrong. Who wants to be wrong? I enjoy it when I'm wrong. Who says that? When someone asks you a question, remember when you were with the teacher in class and the teacher said, answer this question for me, and you answered it wrong in front of the whole class. Did you like that? No. Now look at us as educators. Look at how it increases now. Nobody wants to be wrong already. Nobody wants to lose. So you're already in a certain mindset when you're losing, right? Terrible mindset. The trade goes the other way. I hear you all. That's why I love being muted now, because I don't do that. When the trade goes the other, oh, when the trade goes your way, it bounced away, yay! Sheesh, green. Man, this trade can go any way. Relax. So now you fear losing. So when the trade doesn't go your way, you start getting nervous, right? Because you fear with fear of loss, right? You don't want to be wrong. So look at us as an educator. We call the trade out. And now I'm wrong in front of all of you. In front of all of you. I don't want to be wrong. So you know what I'm going to tell you to do? Roll over. It's going to come down. It's going to come down. Then you roll over. Then it still don't come down. So I'm still wrong, right? Then I go roll over again. Why am I telling you that? Obviously, my analysis wasn't right, and I should be reanalyzing the position, which sometimes two rollovers, you reanalyzing your position, right? As an educator, you call it the trade, take a couple rollovers, that's cool. But when you start out in a 1 minute trade with $10, and now you've rolled over to the point you're in a trade for 30, 40 minutes at $60, $70. The only reason you did that is because you don't want to be wrong and you fear loss. You can't tell me it's because of your analysis. Your analysis said it was supposed to happen in 1 minute or you wouldn't have took a 1 minute trade, right? This is the keep it real session. I don't make profits faking. You didn't go into that trade saying, hey, it's going to take 40 minutes. So I'm going to go in for 1 minute and roll over forever and risk a large percentage of my account because they're adding 30% every time because that's what I wanted to do. And then some of you have the nerve 30 minutes later to come back. I cleared that trade. That was luck. But you don't come back 30 minutes later and tell us about all the red bubbles. Because I know if you're trading that way, you got to be getting quite a few. Because that's discretionary trading and it's not consistent. So now me as an educator, I don't want to be wrong in front of you. So I have to say, roll over, roll over, roll. Then after I roll over forever and I'm still not right, then I start going, well, see, the stochastic said this and the RSI and it broke through resistance, see, and did a retrace. Now I got to start talking, trading mumbo jumbo. And just instead of just saying I was wrong, I really don't know why I was wrong. I did my analytical analysis and I thought I was right. So let's just move on to the next trade. No 50 million rollovers, no fear of being wrong, no nothing. Let's just move on. When I started approaching my trading with no fear of being wrong, that's when I stopped blowing out accounts. That's when I stopped blowing out accounts. I wasn't blowing out accounts because I made a bunch of bad calls. I was blowing out accounts because I would get into a trade thinking the trade had to go the way that I said it was going to go. It's a 6-point trade. It has to do this. No, it don't have to do nothing. It can do what it wants. So I would keep rolling over, keep putting money. I'll get a different position. It's going to be right. And the next thing you know, my whole account is in that trade. One time, I rolled over till I got a message, you don't have enough money to roll over anymore. And I just walked away and lost the trade. When I started saying, what? I'm going to lose some trades. I am. So just take your losses. What is the focus, people? Let me give you an example. Thursday night, Matthew Thayer, who I love, trade with him every chance I get, use his cash trap. He's trading on he's trading on his count, and he goes 6-2 for the night. That's a good record, huh? And he lost $100. He went 6-2 and lost $100. Think about it. Why are you so concerned with records? He had a good record, 6-2. But after all the rolling over in different positions, lost money. I stopped doing that a long time ago. In my private sessions, I train the people who trade with me to accept loss. Accept we're going to lose a trade. The only thing we don't accept is not making a profit. We got to make a profit. Got to. Got to make a profit. I don't have to, listen, I don't have to have a winning record, but I have to consistently make a profit. There's a difference. Let's go over it real quick so you can see the difference. This is my Sunday trading session, private trading session. where I really trade freely during those sessions because those people trade with me all the time. So they already know the deal. I'll let positions go. I don't care. I just want to make a profit. That's all I want to do. This is my broker account. I always give you the Carfax. Never tell you nothing to do that I haven't done. I see people giving advice and I'll be like, man, that dude must have 100,000 in his broker account. She must be rich, all the advice she's giving. Let us see how that worked for you. I show you what I tell you and how it worked for me, and maybe you can build it into your style. So now in my mind, right, I'm no longer scared of losing. All I have to do is not have a strategy that gives me a winning record. All I need is a strategy that makes me profit. I just need a trading strategy that makes profit for me so I don't have to fear being wrong, because this is a risky business and I'm going to be wrong from time to time. So I can't let that throw me off of my main goal, which is to make a profit. So let's look. I traded. I'll screw around, right? Because half the time I trade to see where the market is going and also to test out different theories that I have about price movement. And that's how I came up with, I think is the best trading method I've ever used. Worldwide Eagle 1-3 trading method, Worldwide Eagle 13 trading method. I got that by taking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of trades every day using different indicators and scenarios and movements and candles and blah, blah, blah. So I take a lot of trades. But when I get ready to make a profit, I go into the market with a different mindset. I don't care which way the market goes. All I try to do is do the best analysis that I can that gives me the probability that the market is going to go into the direction that I place my trade in. That's all I want to do. I don't want to go undefeated. I don't want to go 70%. Hey, I'm 80%. Nah, I just want to make money. So I'm going to show you the 20 trades I did. I'm sure you're going to crack up. But I do this all the time. And I guess maybe that's why the brokers don't like me. They want you to focus on your record. I just focus on how much money. I want to make money doing this. Let me just show you real quick here so I can describe. No, I'm going to show you on a broker account first. Let me show you on a broker account first. All right. Everybody see the broker account? This is 20 trades. I went in on 20 trades trying to make my profit, about 20 trades. Everybody see this page?
Yes, sir.
I took 10 trades and I hit one. My record was 1-9. This is a private trading session that I have with 4 other people. So if I went 1-9, they went 1-9. Do you think we care? Nope.
Nope.
How many of you have never lost a trade? Raise your hand. How many of you have never lost 2-3 trades in a row? You might have hit 2-3, lost 2-3, right? You're going to lose some. I'm unfazed because all I need to do is at the end of my session, do what? Make a profit.
Make a profit.
So I went 1-9. Now I'm honing in. Listen, all I want, I don't want to cut out all the risk. I can't cut out all the risk in trading, or else we'd all just put up our whole account, right? I want to minimize the risk as much as I can. Keep getting information to minimize the risk to give my trade the best chance of clearing. And as I start to minimize the risk, guess what I do? I raise my volume. Look what you do. You take the 1-minute trade and it's losing, and you raise your volume by rolling over. That's a losing trade. You're adding money to a losing proposition. meaning the chances of you hitting that trade is small because it already went in the wrong direction. Why are you putting more money into it? It didn't go the way you thought it was going to go. But you fear losing money and you fear being wrong. So you just keep throwing money into the bad trade. I do just the opposite. I don't fear being wrong. I don't fear losing a trade. So I'm going to keep increasing, listen, my probability of hitting the trade and decreasing my risk. When you throw money into a bad trade, your risk goes higher and higher and higher. Your risk gets worse. You already have a bad trade and you're rolling it over, your risk is getting worse. You're taking another position on it, risk is getting worse. I wait for certain indicators that prove to me that my probability of hitting the trade is getting better. And I can't take out all the risk, I know that, but I can cut the risk down by doing certain things. And we'll talk about that when we talk about how to make money trading. I'm gonna have a series on how to make money trading. Just how to make money. Just how to make money. So listen, I go 1-9, unfazed. Don't care one bit. People lose all the time. I lose all the time. All I want to do is make money. So now I'm honing in my probability though, because I'm not reinvesting in these bad trades. My probability is getting better. My risk is going down. And when my risk went down to a certain point, that's when I cracked them over the head. When my risk gets down to a certain point, it'll never go all the way away. It's impossible for me to get rid of all the risk. But when I get the risk down to a point to where everything's working in my favor and I have a high probability of making this trade work because I let go of loss. I let go of being wrong. I was wrong. I let it go. I got it out of my life. I got it out of my head. I got it out of my analysis. Some of you watch these rollover trades for an hour. You can't even focus on another trade because half your account is wrapped up in some rollover you did 30 minutes ago. You're full of fear now. You're thinking, people ask me, I rolled it over worldwide. I got 30 minutes left. You think it's going to hit? I have no idea what the market's going to be in 30 minutes, and nor do anyone else. Just cross your fingers. And some educators will actually say, oh, yeah, it'll go down in 30 minutes. Well, why didn't you just tell me to take a 30-minute trade? Why didn't you just do that? Because they don't know, but they don't want to tell you they don't know because you get mad at us if we say we don't know. You get mad at us. Walt, when to go in? Eagle, when to go in? Damon, should I roll over, Damon? Should I roll? Well, if I tell you not to roll over and you lose, then I'm wrong. And you don't like me to be wrong. So I don't want to be wrong. I don't want the negative energy of you. Hey, he was wrong. Negative energy, man. Not because it affects the trade, but it affects my mind state. Affects your mind state. Oh, man, he's always wrong. I know a guy, man, we trade with. Every time the trade goes the wrong way, he goes, oh, Joe, like the world just ended. It messes up your mind. So now you get a brain freeze and you're going to keep rolling over and keep putting into that trade. I let it go. I clear my mind. I free it. I'm happy. I'm content. I'm joyful. If I would have stayed 1-9, God still loved me. And I just come back and try to do better another day. So now the odds are moving in my favor, and that's when I go in. I took a $260 position and a $200 position and cleared them. Let the rollovers go. Let the 1-9 go. And I ended up making $110 on this session. Ended up making 10% of my account. So let's just take a look at how that looks. Let's take a look at it. Here are those series of trades right here. 20 trades. You see this grayed out area? Can everybody see that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Total trades 20, I track my trades. When I'm trying to make a profit, I track my trades. When I'm just playing around, I'll just track my balance in my account. 20 trades, I have 5 wins and 15 losses. I have 5 wins and 15 losses. Doesn't matter. Guess what? $109 profit. That's all I care about. You're not going to put fear in me of loss. You're not going to put fear in me of being wrong. I know I can be wrong. You have these educators, they be so deflated when they call a bell. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. Oh, like, dude, relax. We didn't have to take that trade. It didn't work out. Okay. You hit more than you lose. So you'll be okay. I don't care about being wrong. When I trade in my private sessions with people who know me, trust me, they know they're gonna. Let me tell you how I build trust. And it's just personal. When I bring people to this and I help them open up their brokerage account, I want them to trust me and believe in me, because I trust and believe in me, or I wouldn't have brought them in. I didn't bring them in until I could make a profit. If I'm not able to make a profit doing this, I wouldn't bring one person here. That's just me personally. That's the kind of human being I am. So when I started making profit, of course, the first people you get is family and then close friends. So some close friends doing this with me. And I tell them, listen, go open your brokerage account. Open it low, $500, and trade only with me for 30 days. Don't trade with Maddie. Don't trade with Ness. Don't trade with Millie. Don't trade with anybody but me for 30 days. And at the end of 30 days, any loss you have in your account, I'll replace it with my own money. I'm going to repeat that. Any loss you have in your account, just trading with me, don't trade with nobody else. Learn how to trade with me. I'll replace it with my own money. I haven't had to replace one yet. Because I want to teach them. This is not a risk-free thing. When people are selling this, sometimes they sell it to you as, oh yeah, you'll be a millionaire, don't worry. And then you re-up in your account and re-up in your account because you don't want to be wrong. Listen, this is a risky proposition. But if you do the right things and you learn what you need to learn, you can turn this risky probability into consistent profit in your favor. But you got to learn what to do or you're going to have a hard time. So now, let's go on. What do I need to do to eliminate emotional trading and discretionary trading and trading with my feelings? I sat down after I blew out my third account, all on emotions, 100% on emotional discretionary trading. I looked at myself in the mirror. Now, I gave myself $5,000 to learn this. It was a $5,000 investment, like tuition. So I had already blew $2,000. And Maddie said he blew 15 accounts. He's way better than us. I said, what do I need to do? I said, I looked at my records and looked at my trades, and I said, I need to eliminate emotional trading and trading on my feelings. So I started to change my language. And I think you all should try to change some of your language sometimes when you look at these trades, especially educators in general. But you all should. It is a grave mistake to judge a trader by his record. Don't judge yourself by your record. Okay? Don't do that. Judge yourself by making a profit. Okay? Now, this is what I want you to do. Recognize that this is a risky venture. Go into it knowing it's a risky adventure. You're trying to determine profit on a future event. Go in knowing that. You're a speculator. There's two types of people in the options market. There are hedgers and there are speculators. You got to know the difference. You're a speculator. I'm a speculator. A hedger is not trying to make a profit. Some farmer in Idaho has a bunch of dairy cows. And he gets together with a group of farmers that own 30% of the dairy cows in the United States. And he doesn't want the price of his milk to be less than it is right now. But the milk won't be pasteurized and finished for 2 more months. But he doesn't want the price to change. So he'll go into the market and buy options for 30 days to keep the price of his milk the same. He's not trying to make a profit. He's just trying to mitigate loss. He wants the price to be the same as it is today when he sells his milk. He wants price to not move. So that's why he's buying into the market, to stabilize price so it doesn't move. You as a speculator, you don't make money when price doesn't move. Price has to move for you to make money. You're speculating price going up or down. You want price to move. He wants price to stay the same. He's paying to go into the market to make price stay the same so he won't lose any money. He won't make any money. He won't lose any money. He's going to make money on the milk. You're trying to make money on an option. You want it to move. So you got to understand why the market moves. Why does it move? It moves because the stochastic, no. Don't move because of no Bollinger Band. It don't move because of no RSI. It don't move because you put your trade in and it's against mine. Don't move because Maddie says it should move. Don't move because you looked at a bunch of I Am Academy videos. It moves. The market goes up when you have more buy orders than sell, meaning you have more puts, more calls than puts. The market's going to go up. The market goes down when you have more puts than calls, more sells than buys. The market goes down. That's why the market moves. It ain't magic. You can't determine the imbalance in the market that makes it go up and down. You can only speculate. Your outcome, your reasons may be right or wrong. So now you just got to learn how to trade, right? So now we want to kind of wrap this up and kind of have some dialogue, okay? We're going to learn in our psychological training, we're going to learn how to approach a trade psychologically, both when we're in a winning position and when we're in a position where we might take a loss, might take a lesson. We have to be in a certain mind state to deal with those two positions. Let me tell you about the winning position. When you're in a winning position in a trade, meaning you start to hit a bunch of trades in a row, you go, man, I got this. Woo, that's 4 in a row, 5 in a row, 6 in a row, 7 in a row. You know how you start feeling? Invincible. Market can't beat me. I just did 10 in a row. I'm about to kill the market. When you start hitting a bunch of trades in a row, you start feeling invincible right here in your mind. It's not real. Guess what you start doing when you're feeling invincible? You start taking on more risk. You start taking on more risk and you can over leverage your account because of your feeling of invincibility. Now, when the market stops going your way, and I know so many of you who I trade with are prime examples of this. Look, the market stops going your way. And you start losing trades. You lost 1, 2, 3, and 4, and now 5 in a row. And then you start getting scared. You go, how did that trade? I mean, that was a 6-point trade. How did that happen? It happened again. Oh my goodness, the market's going crazy. I lost another trade. Now you're scared to death to enter a trade. Look, look, look. So you start doing this. The stochastic has to be here in RSI and EMA in MCAT. Maybe if I just considered the second Bollinger Band and not the first one. And now you're overstudying. In college, we used to say this: study long, study wrong. So now you done lost so many in a row, you think all I need to do is analyze the market more and I'll start winning. So you go analyze, overanalyze, and come back into the market, and guess what? You can still lose. Your problem is not analysis. Your problem is your ability to accept the fact that is risk involved and you can be wrong. So always trade knowing that. When we tell you don't over leverage yourself, that's the only reason we tell you that. Is because we know psychologically you'll either start feeling invincible and putting too much money up if you're winning, or you'll start losing, and keep going into losing trades for fear of loss and fear of being wrong. So we say, listen, Maddie even put something in Cash Trap. Just put your number here and just don't go over. We're trying everything to stop people from over leveraging. If you do that, the way you'll make money, please trust me, if you stop over leveraging, you will stop blowing out your accounts and you will make money as your investment strategy gets stronger. So in order for us to do this, I want you right now, think in your mind, every time I go into the market, I can lose. Every time I go into the market, I can win. Nothing determines that except for the fate of the market. I can't determine it. Cash Trap can't determine it. TradingView can't determine it. Dot can't determine it. Eagle, I can't determine it. Every time you can either win or lose. Accept that. Don't fear either outcome. Don't let either outcome bother you. Continue to place trades in the market using mathematical and mechanical reasons. Once you do that, you'll approach trade unemotionally. Sometimes when I trade, I'm so detached from the trade that I got to remind myself. Because you saw me when we were at Eagle session this morning. I show you my trading view. It's just full of indicators and lines and arrows and dots and blah, blah, blah. I'm watching everything. So sometimes I forget what's going on the screen. You know why I forget what's going on the screen a lot? Because once I get into a mathematical trade, I don't care if it clears or if it doesn't clear. I'm gonna say that again. I'm not lying to you. When I put all those indicators, right? When I put all those indicators on my trading view, and I say this is the mathematical reason I should go in here, and I use the Worldwide Eagle 13, and I go in, it doesn't matter to me whether it clears or whether it does not clear. Because I went in on for mathematical reasons, not emotional reasons. So if it's not emotional reason I went into the trade, then why should I have emotional reaction? Why should I go, sheesh? I didn't go into it emotional. I went into it mathematical. So whatever the trade does doesn't bother me. You have to focus on going into trades according to analysis. And then if the trade doesn't work for you, you continue to analyze. I analyze every minute of every movement as long as I'm in the market. So start to accept your loss. The first thing you should do And that will cut out the fear that you have of over leveraging yourself, and you won't over leverage as much anymore. So we're going to have some more psychological sessions. And next week, I just want you to be ready for a session on Monday on reversals, reversal trading, meaning how to trade reversals and why it's more riskier. A lot of you like to trade reversals. We're going to go into those indicators and why they're more risky. All right. Thanks for listening. And at this point, any questions any of you may have, just unmute yourselves and we can talk.
Brother Walt.
Yes, sir. Peace, brother. Same to you, sir.
Wonderful session, man. Every day I get on this group chat and I mean, it feels like it's day one. So I want to thank all the other educators and Team Freedom for the time invested. But back to your session, on one point that you expressed,
yes, sir.
Being that when you have your when you've committed your full analysis and you're confident when you go in and you don't care if it's a win or lose, and you expressed a woo, right?
Yes, that's me personally. Yes.
That's because you know that you've done all of the work necessary to make a judgment. But at some point thereafter, you can study why it didn't occur the way that you wanted it to. And if so, do you do that in this process?
Absolutely a fantastic question. That is an absolute fantastic, and that's the kind of, listen, that's the kind of dialogue we have to have if we want to get better. Absolutely, Brother Jalal. And anyone who trades with me has to be able to understand why we went into every trade. And I'm not talking about 6-point Bollinger, I'm talking about looking at a chart and knowing for yourself. I want to show you an example of how a session will look, how the sessions I do, how they look. Okay, this is a trading session I did at midnight. I want to just show you just how it looks. I'm gonna share this screen, okay? And I want everybody to kind of really look at Jalal. That is a fantastic question, dear brother.
Praise God. All right. They
can...
call me G for a reason.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Let me see how I can. Oh, is it not opening in this? Oh, it's screen one.
Brother Swan.
Okay, let's see if it's on screen one. What do you all see? Y'all see a chart?
Yes, sir. We see your workup that you did.
Awesome. So this is midnight trading. And absolutely. Y'all see this? So basically, for this trading session, I used the Bollinger Band and resistance. Okay, you can't trade Worldwide Eagle in a consolidating market. So you can see this market is pretty consolidated. The Bollinger Bands are tight. So it's another trading style that we use for consolidating markets. But every blue, you see every blue arrow? See, I have a census up here. Every blue arrow is point, entry is entered. Every shade of blue is all the areas of interest. Every green dot is point entry cleared, and a red dot is a point entry did not clear. Now, in our midnight session, I had new people, like 4. So I had to I had to show off and hit a bunch of trades in a row, which I don't like doing because I don't make a lot of money when I do that. But I show you every point of entry, everywhere the trade clear. Point of entry, trade clear. Point of entry, trade clear. We didn't take another trade. Listen, we took all these trades, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, about 20 minutes, just sat there, didn't take a trade in this area at all. And then I explained to them why we didn't take a trade there. Then we took a trade here, cleared here, took a trade here, cleared here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Didn't take a trade for 15 minutes. Took a trade here, cleared here, 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 took a trade here, and we lost that trade. And I didn't roll it over. Maybe I would have won it if I rolled it over, but it was like 1 something. Now I didn't care. I was just ready to go to bed. But every time we enter a trade, I explain to them why we enter the trade. Let me tell you why. People, sometimes as an educator and you know this stuff, right? You start thinking everyone understands at the same level. Let me give you an example. You know how I always talk about going to a trade and you can hit that trade 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Okay. And we went over that one day and we did it. And then we went on to watch Maddie later on that night. And Maddie went into a trade and it went the wrong way. And he went into the trade again and it went the wrong way. And he went into the trade again and it went the wrong way. And he's losing. And he goes, man, I got to stop going into these trades multiple times. And then someone on the call who was just talking and doing that with us, he said, that's not what I heard. And I go, that's a huge lack of understanding. That person doesn't understand what they're doing. And that person should really, really not be trading by themselves if they don't understand. Let me give you a basic premise. If you're doing something over, the same thing over and over again, and it's working for you, should you continue to do it?
Of course.
If you're doing something over and over again and it's not working for you, should you continue to do it?
Of course not.
Right. We were taking entries and they were going in our direction. So we kept taking entries. So we took multiple entries. Maddie kept taking entries on what we just discussed. It's not going your way, so don't keep going into the market. That person equated both of those as being the same.
No way.
It's not the same. Steph Curry can make a bunch of free throws in a row. He should shoot them. Shaq shouldn't shoot them. He can't make them. So this is a huge example of in a consolidating market, how we went in a bunch of times at the same price point till I lost. Then I'm done. I'll reanalyze. So yes, brother, you have to know. That's the only reason why I can go in unemotional. Do you know what I did to figure out these price points? It's a lot that went through my mind and my analyzation. So I'm done with it after that. I'm justified in entering that trade. And I feel good about it, no matter if it hits or not. I know more times than not, it should hit. And if it stops hitting consistently, then I need to change my strategy.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, once again, what did we receive? We received information in regards to what you're doing, how you're doing it, why you're doing it, and what should be your outcome if you're looking for consistency. In the end, the whole thing is nothing else other than, are you bringing home, as they would say, the bag? Because you could be 20-1 and you didn't bring home anything. You could be 5-5-1 and you made not only your 8%, but you increased over that. So which one would you rather? 20-1 and you didn't gain much, or 5-5-1 and you took home $200, $300, $400, $500 more than what you started with? Which makes sense to you? Somebody tell me that right now, please.
There you go.
The bottom line is what you're ending with. If you bring in 1 and you take home 2, 3, 4, 5, you're gaining. But if you're worried about a record that you're trying to maintain, and you're losing still in the process, like Maddie did 6-2, but he lost $100. I don't get that. Yesterday, I think he went 1-1. Someone correct me, but he took home more than he lost. Is that
There
correct?
you go. Records mean nothing.
What you take home is what means the most to all of us. What you take home means the most to all of us. So,
Sir.
worldwide, once
Yes,
again,
sir.
young man, God bless you. Thank you for that information that you give to us all the time. You have people
Hey,
like
thank
Glenn.
you all for being here.
Glenn, they're very appreciative. You're looking at Miss Fatima. She's always mesmerized by the information that you give us.
Miss Fatima, money in the house, baby.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Brother Darren indicates, thank you, sir. So,
Wait.
all of these-
Hey, Eagle,
Yes,
that's
sir.
the Slayer?
That's the Slayer, sir.
Let's go, Slayer.
That's
I
the
see you,
Slayer, sir. Yes, Lady Ashley, she's great session with a smile on her face.
Lady
So-
Ashley in the house.
There we go. There we go. There we go. We thank you for that. So, everybody else, don't forget 7 o'clock today. You know your time, 7 PST and 10 EST. We will see that one dynamic individual, better known as Dr. DFB. And you know, after that, we're going to have the beach trader.
Whoa.
Whoa. So we're
Doc
going
in
to have
the
some,
beach.
yes, sir. He's out there on the beach.
Michael.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I put it in the chat, but I say it right now. The only thing I can say to you, Walt,
Yes, sir.
thank you for bringing the training that you bringing, because the training that you're giving us, without a doubt, it's gonna get us to the 1% table.
Let's
There you
go.
go.
Let's go,
There
Chief.
you go.
It's most definitely gonna get us to the 1% table.
That's exactly what I mean, Chief, and we appreciate that. And so before we go, Dr. DFB, do you have any information for us, sir? Any words of wisdom to go along with worldwide?
Oh man, worldwide. You know when worldwide comes to the table, man, it's on and popping. Everybody, we got doggy bag to take home. He feeds us so strong, man. So
Oh man, all right. I love
worldwide in the house, man. Just you know what I'm saying, that 1 o'clock, man. I look forward to Mondays at 1, man.
Woo! Okay. Thank you very much there, Dr. D. You know, guess what? The best thing that we could ever do is learn how to make sure we learn this from the floor up. From the floor up. And that's the best way to learn it. As Walt says, you learn what you're doing because you're interested in it. If you're just looking for a pastime, this is not really worth you. But if you want to become a very good trader and become one of the best, this is where you have to learn it from the beginning. So if nothing further, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you for having our session here at Team Freedom. We're looking for you at 7 o'clock PST tonight. We're looking for you at 10 p.m. EST if you're on the East Coast. And don't forget, you have what? You have the beach trader that's coming in at 8, which would be PST, and that 11, which would be EST. So thank you all very much. And if nothing further, God bless you. We'll see you then.
Mr. Walt. Thank you,
Worldwide.
Sir.
Thank you. Matt,
you.
Thank you,
Michael,
Walt.
Yes,
can
sir.
I add something?
Yeah, sure you can. Go ahead, sir.
Mr. Walt, I just want to thank you for the teaching that you just did. It was amazing. And
Thank you, Jet.
it's good that you go over fear, because a lot of people, they don't live their dreams, not because of their capability, or even if they have a lack thereof, it's because of fear. So fear
Right.
is real. So the teaching that you just gave, amazing. Amazing,
you.
sir. Thank you.
Beautiful,
Thank you,
beautiful,
Jet.
beautiful.
Yes,
Any
sir.
other words for Mr. Walt? Don't be afraid, ladies and gentlemen. Say what's on your mind. Okay, all righty. Well, no problem then. So, Mr. Shelby, you have anything, sir? Okay, he's trying to unmute. Chris Ramirez, what's going on? How's your day, sir?